The right-hand one now is kind of your after, as we talked about. Obviously, your shoulders now getting a bit more kind of tilt, and your head looking a bit more leveled off. Okay, this one here now just a bit sort of straighter with the shoulder. That club face now, as we can see, sort of turned in there with that shadow. This club now is on the ground a little bit flat, as we can see, and I think over time that will take a little bit of getting used to, just in terms of looking at the face.
I can work on them. I can physically relate to that.
I think what we need to do with this, and probably in terms of practicing, would you say you get on the range and any balls on the range at all, or is that not
really, to be honest?
That's fine. I think what we need to, obviously, again, over time, getting used to the club face, being square here now. You've got a good left-hand grip there, we can see, with your left hand there nicely, okay? Getting yourself in that spine angle allows you to square the club face up. The problem is, if you've had the ball smothering low left, the one thing you're not going to want to try and do is square the club face up. So you'd start with the club face here, aiming off to the left, and then try to almost have to open the face in the swing. The problem is, if then we put the club face square to target like so, and then you open the club face in the swing, the club face now is aiming at impact. Which is why you've had a couple of cutty ones in your game there, okay? Again, as much as we don't want to see the ball going way right, I get that. It shows you've made an adjustment now in your swing. Nothing really has gone low left.
No.
Okay? If you look at the top left of on the screen there, there's yellow dots. There's nothing really. There's one that was low left there, there's two or three there, that was the first few you did. The rest are kind of like, there's a middle sort of chunk, and then the right-hand chunk. So there's nothing that's gone left to target.
No.
So in time, you won't need to aim right anymore now. And I think next time you play golf, you could aim straight, and potentially you might see a different side of the golf course now, because you'll be going down that right-hand side, okay? But in terms of kind of setup, as we said, we're going to go through that sequence there. We start off putting the golf club down first. First with our left hand.
I can relate to
and
that.
Just get that right shoulder tilted. So your head's kind of a little bit more, as we said, tilted behind the golf ball here now, like so, okay? Get yourself in that kind of, we call it T-bar, that's a little bit kind of rocking
I can relate to that.
It just launches that ball up a little bit higher. Now, what we'll see in these two swings, okay, because obviously the one on the left-hand side is kind of, the club face was square, or in your mind was square, but shut. Backswing-wise here is okay, but look at the difference in the impact here on the left. You've got more width through the ball there. But look at the one on the right. You're sucking your arms in.
I can see.
This was after a few shots where you started seeing the ball go a little bit to the right. So the way you try to square the club was pulling your arms in here.
Yeah, you can see the gap there, but it's not there.
Exactly. Yeah. So the more you pull your arms in, you actually hold the club face open.
Yeah, no, makes perfect sense.
If you look at the tour players, now there's the sort of the famous sort of images we see all the tour players that sort of chop down the line, okay? You wouldn't see their glove. What you would see from sort of face on is kind of boom, this way, okay? So this is going to be hidden by the right hand. What we've got on yours is kind of that way, which again is somebody holding the face open, saying, please don't go left. Because for the last few months I've been playing golf and the ball's been smothering low left, caused by the setup with the club face aiming left to start with, and the shoulders being a bit tilted on the left-hand side. So what we're going to try and do is encourage you to start squaring the club face, and that kind of like throwing that ball under the arm kind of sensation, or just letting almost feeling loose and letting the club head go. I mean, all I would say, if you can do, maybe as a practice, again, it doesn't have to be a lot down the range, even like 20 balls down the range somewhere, just stand there with a driver and just get this feeling. It's going to feel a bit sort of counterintuitive to you because you've been hitting the ball left and badly left. But can we hit the ball left from a square club face? You hit the ball left with the club face turned up, anyone can. Can we get the club face square and get that sensation where just letting the club go and release it, which will then increase that launch and hit it straighter. So over time, what I want to try and get kind of the people I teach to be in a situation where here's the golf ball, there's my club face, and there's target. I'm going to aim the club at my target and swing the club at the target, squaring the club face and hit the golf ball to my target. Not, I just slice the ball, I'll turn the club face left. Now I don't want to go too far to the left, I'll sort of open the club face. But I don't want to go too far to the left, I'll aim further right, and I'm going to go swing further left, I'm going to go through right. There's 2 or 3 elements in your swing that are causing the ball to go left and right, and they just fight each other. And when one wins, it goes left. And when the other one then wins, it goes right. And then when they both sort of blend together as like a nice mixture, the ball goes straight. But you don't really know how or why or what you've done.
And
the feelings, exactly, and the feelings that people then have. You hit a tee shot on the first on the national, okay, and you might push it a bit to the right hand side, okay, and on the second you probably pull it a bit left because you don't want to go on the right hand side on the second, do you? So you get 2 drivers there in like 25 minutes maybe. Then on the third tee, it's par 3. So you're on the fourth tee now, half an hour into your game, you've hit 2 drivers. What memory of your drivers have you got from the first hole? I mean, nothing. You're on that fourth tee, like, one went left, one went right. Where do I aim now?
Yeah, we always play longest drive on the fourth as well.
Exactly, yeah. So no one's really warmed up by then, you've got no chance. So we can get that sequence and setup, get the club face nice back and square. You can see on that left-hand one with your footwork spinning around, it's almost you trying to hit it left. That's where the arm's pulling in. That's a golfer there trying to stop it going a bit to the right rather than releasing it towards target. Okay, so we're getting a much better kind of movement on the left-hand side, but that was because the club face was closed. And you were happy with the club face being closed because you knew where the ball was going to go. Or it wasn't. There was no fear in your first half dozen swings of the ball going right, was there?
No.
And that's the thing. When you see someone lose the ball to the right, now you start trying to spin it round to left. So you want this sort of release through the golf ball, okay, with the club face square, but certainly more importantly, getting that kind of tilted with the shoulders. So we're getting this and getting your head behind the golf ball rather than sort of lean on your left side. If we draw those lines on here now, okay, you can see your shoulders now are kind of a little bit more on that side of your feet, whereas this one here now we're kind of there and on your right side there. So just getting yourself a little bit more tilted, pebble skimming kind of position. Yeah. That kind of lean and tilt's going to get you in a better position, okay? Super. And then from there, just swing it normally, okay? Don't try and fight where the ball's going to go.
No.
I would anticipate the next round of golf, you'll probably have a little bit of right shape on your shots because the club face will be squarer. If we kind of find a happy medium between the club face being, if that's 5 degrees shut and that square will go 2.5. You'll figure out a little bit of way where you can put the club face down and keep the ball in play, but definitely getting those shoulders there and just start getting a club face working more.
Yeah, no, that works.
Inside.
Definitely works.
And then you're not really majorly changing your swing. Not a massive overhaul. It's just tweaking a little bit here.
No, that's a tweak I understand.
Yeah, and you can relate to it.
Yeah, definitely.
So it makes sense, then,
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent, good stuff then.